sorry. Oh, other thing I do, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. My microphone was off. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This poster I put up here is concerning the census. They will send you a little package in the mail. Fill it up. Don't be afraid, nothing. Whether you got paper or not, just fill it up. Tell the people how many people live in the house, or you can do it online because I know librarians who got internet in our houses now. Because I went to a house the other day and I saw, I think, 2 or 3 laying on the floor because they continue to deliver it. So do your best. You can do it online. It's for your own benefit. Certain area, most of the white people community, they're doing all these things. Make sure you fill it up. Do not overlook it. That is how you get fundings for your area. They want to know how many people live in that area. They don't want to find out whether you're a citizen or you're a resident or you're undocumented. Don't worry. Just fill it up and send it back. It will help the community. So don't forget, fill up the census paper. Now you don't have to go outside. It's making it easy. You can do it right online. But I said, my name is Munel Kishen, aka the General. We're going to go through President Weah's speech today. He gave a very good speech. I like it. When I said I like it in the sense, because it's concerning safety. But we'll discuss it and see what's going on because after the speech, what next? So you know Liberia is not a country like America. Now we're going to quarantine and we're going to go indoor for 3 weeks. So what next? So I want you to take your time and go through the speech. I will play it again. I had it on today, but there was no sound. So I'm going to do it again. So take your time and listen to it. After you listen to it, we will continue. It just, I think it's about 20 minutes or less than 20 minutes speech. But I did something little editing because the guys who were doing the video, I never liked the way they did it because you cannot keep the man waiting and looking through his paper and see which one is number one, number two. And they just kept the president to the same place. So trust me, I had to go through it and edit it a little bit. I never took no wording from in there. I just tried to cut it short a little bit and put my own a little juice on it to make it look little bit professional. So just sit back and watch this speech for yourself. Take your time. Don't worry. We'll be back after the speech and then we'll discuss it and then we'll understand. And also there was a video that will be shown to you guys after the speech, what a lady did right after the speech. She felt so bad. But anyway,
fellow citizens, foreign residents, we are all witnessing the devastation caused by the coronavirus pandemic around the world. Hundreds of thousands of persons around the globe have been infected by it. Thousands have died as a result of contracting it, and many more thousands are predicted to die. The disease has overwhelmed more advanced health care system in many countries and has brought the economies of several developed nations among to be a complete halt. The sad reality of millions of victims and thousands of deaths around the world should give all of us cause to pause and think about what we must do collectively to protect ourselves from this dreadful pestilence. The horrific scenarios that are beginning to emerge should serve as sufficient warning for every one of us to spring into action. The government of Liberia continues to work with determination, diligence, and focus to combat this deadly COVID-19 disease. You will recall that the Special Presidential Advisory Committee on Coronavirus, the SPACO, was established 2 months ago under my leadership as soon as it was perceived that the disease was likely to develop into a global epidemic of epic proportions that could possibly affect the country. As chairman of SPACO, I have personally presided over many strategy and operational meetings with the aim and objective of coordinating the fight against the corona disease in Liberia. I have also instituted the Executive Committee on Coronavirus, ECO, as the operational arm of SPACO that will focus on community initiatives and outreach. As head of both committees, I am directly involved with the day-to-day activities with our health experts, members of the cabinet, and our international partners in order to help mitigate the spread of the virus. At the same time, explore ways and means to help ease some of the economic challenges that this virus will cause to our country and people. Fellow Liberians, although our health teams are working assiduously to complete the testing of scores of contacts, we have to recognize that the COVID-19 virus has now entered a new phase in our country. As we move from protection to containment, the dynamics of our management of the disease are being significantly changed, and there will be required much stronger additional measures to delay the spreading of this highly infectious virus and keep our public safe. Fellow citizens, the global epidemic is killing thousands of people around the world. It knows no borders, and there is yet no vaccination or cure. The global spread of this virus represents the greatest threat to the health and well-being of the people of Liberia since the Ebola epidemic suffered by our country from 2014 to 2016. It has already arrived in Liberia, and confirmed cases are now on the rise. Therefore, by the authority granted to me under Article 85, 86, 87, and 88 of the Liberian Constitution, and after due consultation with the Speaker of the House of Representatives and the President pro tempore of the Liberian Senate, as required by law, I, George Manewia, President of the Republic of Liberia, hereby declare a state of emergency to exist in and throughout the Republic of Liberia for a period of 3 weeks, renewable until the threat to Liberia from the COVID-19 virus no longer exists. My fellow Liberians, As a first step, honor the powers hereby granted me under this state of emergency. The Speaker and the President pro tempore are to convene the 54th Legislature in Joint Section on tomorrow, Thursday, the 9th of April, 2020, for justification and endorsement of this state of emergency by joint resolution in accordance with the Article 88 of the Liberian Constitution. I further announce under this state of emergency that all 15 counties in the Republic of Liberia are hereby quarantined from 11:59 p.m. on Friday, March 10, 2020 until further notice. Movements between counties are strictly prohibited. No person shall be permitted to enter or leave or in any way across the borders of any county into another county, except for Mossoraro County and Mangibi County, which are quarantined as a single unit. As a further measure under this state of emergency, all Liberians and residents within the borders of Mossoraro County, Mangibi County, Nima County, and Grand Cru are to stay at home for the next 14 days beginning at 11:59 p.m. on Friday, March 10, 2020. Throughout this period, residents may leave home only for essential journeys for reason of health and food, which should be restricted to your local community only and be limited to a single person per household for a maximum of 1 hour. Exceptions shall be made for persons who are designated as essential in government petrol station and health facility to travel directly to work and return directly home. All such commercial activities are to be closed no later than 3 p.m. All non-essential businesses and government offices will remain closed, with the exception of essential businesses, health facility, and a few key government offices, such as the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Central Bank of Liberia, the National Port Authority, the Liberia Revenue Authority, the Monrovia City Corporation, and the Liberia Broadcasting System, and accredited media, where only the skeleton staff will be given passes to work. Our government offices may be designated and exempt based on the essential nature of their function. Meanwhile, no exempt government employees and people in the private sector are encouraged to work from home. Also exempted from these restrictions are the production, distribution, and marketing of food, beverages, pharmaceuticals, and medicine, environmental and sanitation activities, members of the security forces assigned to lawful duties, essential staff of electricity, water, telecommunication, banking, and hotels, and the staff of fuel stations. The Ministry of Internal Affairs is hereby instructed to engage the leaders of the various marketing associations in counties, honor the stay-at-home order to make satisfactory arrangements about the operations of markets during this period, so as to ensure the observance of social distance and enhance hygiene protocols. In all other countries not honor this stay-at-home order, residents are to stay within their respective local communities until otherwise ordered. I have ordered the Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of Liberia and the Chairman of the National Joint Security to enforce this stay-home policy beginning as of the effective date. Further measures will be imposed from time to time under this state of emergency. Fellow Liberians, I want to encourage Liberians and foreign residents to abide by these measures even under the most difficult circumstances. We have to ask ourselves why we should abide by these measures. The answer is simple: to save lives. Remember, the life you save may be your own or mine. We should all learn from the experience of Ebola. We have to give up certain freedom for the time being until we can get through this. That is why we have found it necessary to declare the state of emergency. I say to you, fellow citizens, stay at home and be safe. Fellow Liberians, let me now take this opportunity to give thanks and appreciation to our brave health workers, including doctors and nurses, and all other personnel involved in the fight against this deadly disease. Your courage, your dedication, and your professionalism inspire us all. In this regard, I would like to call on all retired health workers in Liberia to join hands with your counterparts to reinforce our capabilities and strength to fight the COVID-19 with your vast experience and expertise. We need all hands on deck at this time. I ask everyone to get on board and abide by the health measures and protocols that have been introduced. The enemy today is the virus, not each other. In the meantime, I would like to call upon all our political and religious leaders, social media groups, students, teachers, civil society, and the general citizenry to join us in this fight against Corona. We are all in this together as Liberians, regardless of your political affiliation or religion. We must therefore come together as one people at this critical time of peril for our nation. Let us use our time, talents, and social media platforms to educate our people on the business hygiene and social distance practices that can keep them safe, and to encourage them to abide by the laws and regulations. We can defeat this virus if we all commit ourselves to respecting all the measures that have been outlined. If we are undisciplined, we will be the cause for it to spread. But if we have properly and observed all regulations and health measures, we can also be the cure. that will stop corona in our country. As I close, I ask the Almighty God to save our country, Liberia, and the rest of the world from this deadly coronavirus. My fellow citizens, let us all rise and stand together to fight corona. Let us do it for ourselves, for our children, and our country, Mama Liberia. I thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for watching. You listened to the president's speech. I know you heard it, and people been here since this morning. And I said I stand with what he said on safety. Liberians need to be indoors. But my question here, you're listening to the speech. What are the plans? There are no plans in place. No plans in place.
Oh shit.
Most of our people don't even have food. Most Liberians spend 80% of the time looking for food, and sometimes they will find it in the night. That means when they go out to office.
She's a die-hard fan of CDC. Die-hard fan of CDC. After the speech, this is the action. After the speech, this is the
They
action.
will be okay.
Destroying the t-shirts.
Destroying
the t-shirts of
1 hour. In fact,
The conquest of democratic change.
no plans. Civil servants have not taken pay. This president is not even telling the health workers that government is doing everything possible to at least accommodate you, that to at least add something to your salary. 2 months they have not taken pay. Now you want to lock me so that you use your power. That is the constitution. You lock everything down, which is good.
So I want to see the image of the site. I want to see the image of the site.
You lock it down.
Says mommy.
Hold on 1 minute.
Say mommy, I want to see the image of the site. I want to see the image. 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 I want to see the image of the site. Says mommy.
Okay.
Can you show the front of the shirt and for the viewers?
All right. I'm going to show you guys a quick video. I'm going to show you guys a quick video. Listen to it. This video was shot right after George Weah spoke. This lady, she's a Dar Sedition. She got 3 George Weah t-shirts in her hands. 3. Brand new. Right after the speech, she said she done with CDC. That is what they're calling Liberia today. Some people are in sympathy. Some people are saying that, listen, let's just wait. You look at the president giving a speech as if he had a gun to his head.
Which side is that?
As if he was forced to come out and just give the so this country president is really concerned about power. Yes,
she's a die-hard fan of CDC. Die-hard fan of CDC. After the speech, this is the action. After the speech, this is the action. Destroying the t-shirts. Destroying the t-shirts of the conquest of democratic change.
Why are you tearing the shirt?
They would survive when they didn't have the necessary things in their own home. Whether on Friday or not, they still will not be able to make it. This time is the government responsibility. Now this
So meaning ain't no you resign for citizenship.
So I want to see the image of the site. I want to see the image of the site. Say, mommy. Say, mommy, I want to see the image of the site. I want to see the image. 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 I want to see the image of the site.
Can you show the front of the shirt and for the viewers to see?
Where are they?
Can you show the front of the shirt? The front of the shirt? Can you show the front of the shirt?
So what's the cause?
The die-hard sedition tearing her shirt.
See the shirt?
The best way.
See the shirt?
This is the time that's the government responsibility.
As you can see the
We
shirt,
that in America live in this country. Now the government is doing everything. You see what happened over there? That lady, God forbid, she might not even live. She wants to go.
I want to see the image on the site.
George Weah as a role model who look at George Weah as a savior. Why George Weah did not do it the best way possible? For all those years, George Weah put himself in 2 committees together by him. Then what we going to get? He put Mary Brown because she's GSA director. She got nothing to do with that. I mean, that has nothing to do with that. It's not because of logistics.
Which side is that?
It's not because of logistics. But because they want for every penny they will give this government.
She's a die-hard fan of CDC. Die-hard fan of CDC. After the speech, this is the action. After the speech, this is the action. Destroying the t-shirts.
I want to see the front of the site.
Destroying the t-shirts of the conquest of democratic change.
Why are you tearing the shirt? Why are you tearing the shirt?
Why is it's not an easy thing. 3 weeks and then you releasing the military in the street. You're releasing the military in the street to enforce this careful.
That's the reason why we are running. So meaning ain't no you resign for citizenship.
So I want to see the image of the site. I want to see the image of the site. Say, mommy. Say, mommy, I want to see the image of the site. I want to see the image. 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 I want to see the image of the site.
Can you show the front of the shirt and for the viewers to see? Can you?
To anybody, whether they will take place.
Can you show the front of the shirt? The front of the shirt.
Everything in the house right now.
Can you?
In the house.
Can you show the front of the shirt?
So what's the cause?
A die-hard sedition tearing her shirt.
Crime rate going to be high. People going to start stealing from other people because the police will not be enough to do it.
See the shirt?
Or the police will do it.
You're using the test.
This is sad. This is really sad. If anybody, the speech, I like the speech, is susceptible. But the only thing that is missing from this speech is the role of the government. What next? What next? What you put in place? Are you going to do something that they will be comfortable to stay home? And what plans do you have fighting this disease? Or this government using the situation to capitalize on something? We don't know. We don't know. Our president giving a speech as if he had a gun to his head. Our president giving a speech as if the speech you just watched. I'm sorry I edited. I never took the wording out. Don't get me wrong.
Which side is that?
It was looking so shameful, disgraceful for them to keep the president on camera, and while other people still waiting the president with them.
She's a die-hard fan of CDC. Die-hard fan of CDC. After the speech, this is the action. After the speech, this is the action. Destroying the t-shirts. Destroying the t-shirts of the conquest of democratic change.
You're not telling them nothing. Look at this lady. Die-hard George Weah. This lady you're looking at right here. This lady here. For die-hard George Weah. Voted for George Weah from 2004. Now she's leaving for 3 weeks.
So meaning, you
The Zogos are human beings.
So I want to see the image of the site. I want to see the image of the site. Says mommy. Say mommy, I want to see the image of the site. I want to see the image. I want to see the image. I want to see the image. I want to see the image.
This is the time.
I want to see the image of the site.
Can you show the front of the share and for the viewers to see?
The state of emergency. That their responsibility.
Can you show the front of the share? The front of the share?
We don't know if the people have it in the safety.
Can you?
How many people going to get it?
Can you show the front of the share?
More than 12 in Liberia got it.
So what's the cost?
A die-hard sedition theory was
Oh no!
See the shirt?
For the Liberian people, whether some people like it or not, that's your business. That's my view, and I stand by it. Some of us,
See the shirt?
sometimes our family must survive, but not survive.
As you can see the shirt, she found it.
Money do not save life. Some people, there is nothing in place that this government going to do. Nothing. Whether the business people like it or not, because they have been making money. Government need to reduce the gas price. Government need to reduce most of the prices, especially when it comes to food. And government just need to keep the place open. Now, if you're telling me you one household member go in the street for 1 hour, what do you have to really track them down? I was in the street for 1 hour. And you call on other workers. What do you have in place for the health workers? Are they taking pay? Are you going to add something on the money? You call it all retired.
She's a die-hard fan of CDC. Die-hard fan of CDC. After the speech, this is the action. After the speech, this is the action. Destroying the t-shirts. Destroying the t-shirts of the conquest of democratic change.
Why are you tearing the share?
No teamwork in the government. The government has no coordination. The teamwork is that's the vice president. The vice president came with the bucket.
So meaning, you resign for citizenship.
Washing.
So I want to see the image of the site. I want to see the image of the site. Says mommy. Say mommy, I want to see the image of the site. I want to see the image. I want to see the image. I want to see the image. I want to see the image.
She found the tearing the shirt. She says no.
I want to see the image of the site.
Look at that lady.
Can you show the front of the shirt and for the viewers to see?
That's a brand new t-shirt. She didn't finish it. They're keeping it.
Can you show the front of the
That's
shirt?
a
The front.
disgrace.
The front of a shop.
That is a disgrace.
Hey!
People in
Can
we call Nigeria to the
you show the front of the shop?
Let's just wait, yeah.
So what's the cost?
A die-hard tradition tearing a shop.
Oh no!
The speech the president gave today, if anybody happy about that speech, the story is die-hard blind loyalty of blind
See the shirt?
loyalty. I said it again, and I will repeat myself. That speech is not about speech. But what is lacking, I'm not looking at whether he pronounced the words good, whether he say gently or dirty, and I'm
As you can
here
see
for
the
that.
shirt, ain't no.
But the fact is that it's not bad, but people need to stay in tune. Even a great country we in America, it's not easy for people to stay for 3 weeks in tune. It's not easy. In this country, the president working from home. The children still going to school. They go to school from home. They got computers, they got internet, everything. Then you telling the people in Labrador to work from home. Who in Labrador work from home? You got which are the businesses that in Liberia that got a server that you will work from home, Mr. President? Why this president leaving in the night? Why this president making it to look that we free? We take a break. In 30 seconds, we right back.
I'm saying, which side is that?
So the number is up there. If you want to make a contribution, call that number. You can make a contribution. So please go to comment.
She's a die.
I want you to look at the census. If you're in an area and you see the census, they will send to you or in the mail. Please make sure you fill it up and send it right back. It's to our own good. That is how we get funding in our community. Thank you very much. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Okay, guys, I'm back. I'm sorry, and I noticed that the other video was still in the back playing. But these are some of the things that we try to do. We trying our best to see how best to give the information the best way possible. You know, when we it's so funny. I'm laughing. I'm broadcasting from home, and when we go to, it's so bad. The same old thing. We got our office now and our little studio where we're supposed to be doing our things from. By the time we acquire it, we now we've gone 2 months. We pay 2 months rent. We are even using the office because of the whole coronavirus. Now everybody doing it home. So if I'm in the studio, somebody going to be doing the same operate. Somebody going to be operating it while I just doing the talking. But now I got to be operating at the same time doing the talking, so my eyes is somewhere else on the other screen and whatsoever. But anyway, thank you very much. That is why sometimes it's good to look at the statement and the comments. So I want to say thank you. But my people, this is sad. This is really, really sad. Nobody hate President Weah. I think the people around President Weah did not treat him well because they know that Josh Weah was incapable. They know that Josh Weah never had. You look at the president. The president is sick. The president is very, very sick. If you look at Josh Weah and you know Josh Weah, President Weah is not feeling too good. But hey, this is not brother friendship or whatsoever. This is government. But they not. treating themselves right. They're not treating the president right. They're doing things the way they want to do it. And that is wrong. Where in the world do we allow this president to come on social media to give such a speech? Or speech that's not even motivating your citizen, but telling them they should stay indoors for 3 weeks. And then certain part of the speech you say until otherwise order. So we don't know two different orders. You listen to the speech. Two different orders. One there is 3 weeks, the other one until otherwise order, then it will come out. And the senators, they're just going to tell the president, oh yes, you can go to rise in the military in the street. Why you invoke the state of emergency for look, what's really going on about with Liberia? This is a deadly disease, we know. The disease is deadly, but it's like you telling a man that I will kill you by hanging you. I don't need to use gun. Or I will kill you by firing squad instead of hanging you, or I will kill you by little by the gas chamber. So it's both ways you're telling them that they're going to be executed. Go indoor for 3 weeks. I don't want to see you outside. Only one person should come out to look for food and take it back. So the Zogo, do you know the head who of the Zogos? Do the president know the head who of the boys that are sleeping in our panels building? He knows who in charge? No. They are citizens of Liberia. No matter whether they sleep in the street, they are all citizens of Liberia. Today, today they are feeding the homeless people. The homeless people in this country. Government feeding them. It's not because the country got money, but they are afraid to get into trouble. Like, bro, African people are not afraid to get, they're not afraid for the citizen to die. Look, if this government were to say, listen, we'll do X, Y, Z, you can survive on it. You can survive on bag of rice for 3 weeks. You can survive on certain things. You need to go out there to even look for nothing. You can stay right in your yard. They mean that you must lock yourself up, but you can stay right in your yard and cook your rice and put salt on it and water. You can survive. Yes. But what the government doing? Some people can afford it right now. Tomorrow, just watch it. Tomorrow you will see ministers sending their husband. They say when I go there, they get the pack of the full of the pantry. Some of them will be spending three, four, $5,000 worth of food into the house. While the average, the poor Liberian man will be only looking for $20 to carry him. Eh? And I will tell you, these same people who Joshua said they should go indoor, Joshua can give them $20, they can survive for 3 weeks. The other day, Joshua gave the Zuko them $5,000 each. $5,000 each. Okay. Why, President? We got. We reap what we sow. You can't plant orange seed and get butter pear. No way. It gotta be the same orange. So whatever you put in is not come out. I know some people don't like it. Some people think that we hate our own people. No. Some of us don't need to do what we're doing. Our people will survive. Some of us we can stay in the country for the rest of our life. Instead, they're going to kill us. We won't be the first person to do that. But because we love our country like that is why we come on here to talk. The speech, to be frank, the president should have taken the thing long time. But the only thing is that there is no plan. You just send the people indoor. It's like you take a police or military, you take a military and send on the front. Say go and fight war when they even get no ammo. But you're telling people to go indoor when they don't have. You are not. I know some people with no sense will say, but how they used to eat before? Only stupid people ask that question. They used to eat because they will go out there and hustle. Some of them would meet their daily bread by 5 o'clock in the evening. Some of them, by the time they get out there, they meet their daily bread. Some will get it on their way home. So that is the very. So don't say, and then some of us, we're so stupid, we say that, but how time we're in Liberia already. How they been managing? Oh, the only people that say that are people who live in America who don't have conscience, who are so wicked. These are the people that utter this thing from off and say, but Liberia people are catching hard time already. How they used to eat. How they used to find food before government will give to them. They are the ones who live in America, who don't have no conscience, who have no heart at all, who think that people should die in Liberia. No, no. This will not save nobody's life. I tell people, even wearing gloves will not save your life. Wearing gloves, look what I'm drinking. I'm drinking lamb. It will not save my life. You can wear gloves and wash your hand from now to judgment day. You will still die. You will still die. Ebola, the deadliest one, it was so deadly, but Joshua said deadly now. The deadly disease that within 3, 4 days, they grab you. People will stay in that place. You look on the walls, they have information written all over the place. Wash your hands, don't do this, don't cough, don't go into daily place, don't do this other one. But I want the president bought bucket. What bucket going to do? You just going to give people bucket for themselves? You just going to give them bucket? That bucket of people save the people's lives or to put water in there. If you're serious, put it all over the place. Let people just be walking, washing their hands. Giving a family one bucket. Who tell the people don't have bucket? That is the one you're supposed to tell them about. Who told you that I don't have bucket in my house to put water in there? You think that bucket can save people's lives? No. It's that one is political. Buckets will not save the lives of the people. Nobody should be stupid enough to say that. Bucket. The people in the houses got buckets, they got tops, they got all kinds of things to put water in. If this president were going to put his picture on sanitizer, on lasso, and give it to everybody, let everybody carry one, yes, they will use it. But now buckets, everybody got buckets in the houses. We're not coming from a war to say no buckets in the country, but a bunch of stupid politicians that all they dare to do. That Jowea project, you giving people buckets. Bucket can save somebody's life. Or to pour water inside and wash their hands. That is the dumbest thing I ever see, Mr. President and Madam Vice President and the Senator and whatsoever. The dumbest thing. Where's the Ebola hero? They asking question, he said no comment. They asking this other question, no comment. We talk on Nigerian men. Where's the Ebola hero? Every one of them have been exposed. They talk on Nigerian men who don't even have a resident permit or work permit and self-imposed citizenship on him. But because our officials were so stupid those days and coming all the way to present, saying that he's American citizen and Liberian citizen. Because of that, you're trying to question other people's citizenship. People that also born and raised in that country, live and work for that country. You're questioning them. Oh, service that foreigner. Oh, Henry Costa that foreigner. Shame on sedition, especially the ones in America. Shame on you guys because you're looking for jobs to go home. You're looking for jobs. We were just talking the other day. They took some seditions left from here. They are professionals. They went home for the retreat. They paid their way, whether they paid their way or they paid their own way. You gather people. The two committees he put together, he said in February. But this president, to show that this president was aware of this virus, but still he had a retreat and gathered people at the stadium. He said February, he put a committee together concerning the same virus. That means he heard the news. And who's the head of that committee? He himself. Then, if he's the head of the committee, why he's not reporting to the Liberian people? Why he's not reporting to the Liberian people if he's the head? He make himself, he chaired the two committees. So why he not reporting to the Liberian people? Why he's not talking? Now the day we say he's not talking, when he come out to talk, he talk nonsense. Eh? The speech, right? It's a good speech. Stay indoor for 3 weeks to see to how best we can come to the end of this thing here. But what is the next plan, Mr. President? What next? The people have not taken pay for 2 months. How are they going to feed themselves? How are they going to feed their family while they go to work? You thinking about it? You thinking about it? All your government officials don't need money because they got enough already. They have enough. They got enough already. They don't need it. My family don't need it. But they got people in Liberia that need it. They got people in Liberia that needs every penny. Eh? Giving them bucket. Shame on Sir Joseph, the other Mumu, a criminal in Lokintown, District 15, and the vice president. Also, shame on every one of you. That bucket will save these people's lives. The president get bucket. No teamwork. The president and vice president are speaking. They're not communicating with each other. They're not talking. Yes. The president's sick. He on dialysis. He doing this. He doing that. Thank God we got dialysis machine in the country now. That machine will be used for other people too. Yeah. I know people will not like it, but we'll say the truth. The truth can hide. Yeah. Akara Grace said that they push the Nigerian man in front. They push Nigerian men just to confirm the other people. That's good. That's why Dara did not say that Joe, we are project. This is Joe, we are project. Dara did not need to buy a penny, no bucket for nobody. He didn't buy a bucket at Joe, we are project. This is Joe, we are project. It's sad. It's sad. You see them talking. Oh, I prefer lockdown than curfew. I prefer curfew than lockdown. Why are you imposing curfew? Once you shut the businesses down after 7 o'clock, nobody go in the street again. Nobody go in the street. Everybody will be indoors. No, once there is nothing to do in the street, what will you go do in the street? Eh? Well, no, no, no sense. No sense. Why the president will go sit behind his desk and speak to people? He can't even talk to the journalists or ask him some question and say, okay, Mr. President, what you say? Every day, Donald Trump. Right now, today, Donald Trump was in front of the camera again, asking and answering questions. Today, again, Donald Trump was in front of the camera, answering questions. Why our president do not answer questions? Why our president do not stay in front of journalists? Okay, let's forget it. He don't want to come to other journalists. Why Randy Dapple cannot invite George Weah on his show? Why Gilman, who been supporting George Weah from the day George Weah became president, why you can't bring George Weah on your show at this time? Why you can't bring George Weah? Yaya Sharif, you and Carrasco are all countrymen. Why you can't bring George Weah on your show and ask some questions? Prince Sharif, why you can't bring George Weah on your show and ask him questions? And Mr. Fu in Canada, why you can't bring George Weah and ask him questions? If I want to bring Cummings here, I can bring Cummings and ask him questions. I can bring him on. But I'm not looking for, you don't have to be a big, I don't have to bring him there to ask him questions. There are other things I can ask other people. But you're challenging other guys. Randy said you want to invite Darius Dillon on his show. Let them have a debate. Go to Liberia and let CDC put you on the ticket as a senator for North Colorado County. You will have a very good debate with Darius Dillon. Darius Dillon will beat you like market dog. Your degree is not an education. It's just your degree. It's what sometimes come out of your mouth. But the fact is that if you can put George Weah on us, and you came back and disgraced George Weah and told the world that George Weah was nothing and this and that, and now you're going back to support him, it's like a dog who vomits and licking it at the same time. That is wrong. Yeah. So, guys, this is where I'm going to stop. We're not going to go too long, but we'll continue to talk to our people. They will abide by the laws, but a lot of people are going to feed it. I wish we can do something. Maybe when they hear our voices, they might change their mind and try to do something for these people. But every time our president speak, what people want to hear, they don't hear it. I don't know that Samuel Tuer read his speech, or that Trokonkui, the Minister of State or Portfolio, or the Finabono wrote the speech. We don't know who is Joshua's speech writer. Nobody can tell you that I am the speech writer. We know Samuel Tuer can write the speech all the time, or that Maggie, the one that wrote the speech. We don't even know. Just imagine in this country when President Trump going to speak, You ask a minister, you ask certain people, they can tell you what the president is going to speak on. They spoke with the information minister. He said he don't know what the president will be talking on. Wow. Information minister, although in America they don't have information minister. But when the president gave in his annual message here, when you look on CNN, also ever you will see people analyze, telling people what the president will be speaking on, what the president will be talking about. It's not secret. It's not a secret thing. Please, please, it's not secret. You understand? But Liberia is what it is. Just a little farm that we're trying to make like a city. Yeah. The role models in our country are all official to officials. They're like role models. The Liberian people are there. They will all be victimized because they do this themselves. They do this themselves. When I see that lady trend of that t-shirt, you should understand that people are angry. People are angry. The first thing that came to that woman's mind, how will I survive? How will I survive? Let us take a quick break. After this break, I'll be back. And then from there, I'll be done for the day. So just watch this Corona, I'm sorry, the sensor. Okay, guys, I'm back. You know, sometimes I ask myself and I ask God, what we did wrong, what we really did is because of the people that died in Liberia and their killers are moving around the town, or because we don't like each other, or we sometimes we look at what we're supposed to get and we overlook it. You kill my mom, you kill my pa, I will vote for you. And we also bring in the wrong people. I don't know. I don't know. My people, we're not saying this because we want something from Liberia. Liberia is what we have. That's the land that God gave us. I still, my children will not live in Liberia. I can say that. Sometimes I tell my wife, she don't believe it. They will visit Liberia, they will do everything, but they will not live there. Your children will not live there. They will go there and visit. But at the end of the day, they will want to come back to America. But you and myself, who left from Liberia as we were adults, we will go back home and settle there after our retirement. Yeah, that is why we're talking. It's not about our family back home. Some of us, our families are all part of the bills. A lot of Liberians try their best. They got some Liberians who helping people in Liberia who they don't know. But do you know how many people in Liberia who don't know where the next meal coming from the next day, Mr. President? You do know there are people in Liberia who don't know where the next meal will be coming from. They don't know. But I believe that President Weah is not an honest man. He's not honest at all. President Weah is not honest to the Liberian people. This was the man, this is the real George Weah. When he was all onto Ellen, telling Ellen that that is shameful. Yeah, there. He ran on it. It was on the logo. You will cry no more. That's what Joshua told Liberian people. He said they will cry no more. And this one that he said, I can see in your eyes. I can see in your eyes. I can see you crying. That's what Joshua said. I can see in your eyes. He said he could see in the eyes. I can see in your face. Do not, in the name of peace, go out, go in the street and riot for your rights. At the same time, during the election, he had a big billboard and said, you will cry no more. And you listen to Joshua's inaugural speech. Today, Joshua betrayed the people. He lied to Liberians and the rest of the world. He told them that you will have freedom of speech. The resources in that country will be used for the Liberian people. It will be used among the 15 counties in Liberia. But it happening? No. Since President we are took over as president, we are ever cross Magidi? No. Did President we have visited any other counties apart from going through Magibi or living in Mosharo County? No. Did President we are ever went to Artington to see what is going on in Artington? No. The president we are ever went all the way into bomb mines, all the way into District 1 Todi era, all the one that no. But all these people voted for Joshua because they saw themselves in Joshua. They believed that Joshua was the answer. They believed that Joshua was the answer for them. So no matter what happened, Joshua was the man. And that is good. That's his right to contest. That was his right. Not everybody will have the privilege. It is your right to contest, but it is a privilege to serve. So Joshua got the privilege. They gave him the privilege to serve. So you see the difference? Now they give him the power. Joshua worked for the Liberian people. Liberian people don't work for Joshua. The Liberian people want for Joshua to come up with ideas that will benefit them, not to kill them. Not to kill them. The speech is not bad. Stay indoor for 3 weeks to see how best we can solve this problem, to see how best we can do everything. But what next? How are they going to survive? They have not taken pay for 2 months. 2 months, people have not taken pay. But the people who will be quarantined indoor, their family will be working. Some of them, their relatives are doctors and nurses, and you recalling for former nurses and whatsoever, and you saying people should work from home. How many Liberians work from home in Liberia? Taking your little laptop to your office there and doing something whatsoever. Who government gave internet so that you say they should work from home? President, we are can rent me for you can pay for Liberian people. Work from home. They should go to school home too. How many Liberians got internet in our country that they should work from home? Yeah. Yeah, some people got computers home so they work from home. Some people they bought computers for them. They gave them internet. But President, we are saying that the people should work from home, go to school home. President, we are really worried about all these things. We worry about Liberia. If country like America crying, what about Liberia? What about Liberia? We got the information since February, according to our president today. You're listening to his speech. And he was one of the chairmen on the two committees. He's the chairman. But this president said, do not brief the nation on the day-to-day affair of the whole coronavirus. But instead, the president was in a studio. George Weah wrote the song. He wrote the song. He went in studio. They did the recordings. When the last time President Weah and his team came up stage to talk to the people after he speak, then he called Dr. Jala or whosoever to come and speak. When the last time they updated the Liberian people to know, people in Liberia don't know how many people die or how many people are affected. People in Liberia don't know, but we know because we see it on Facebook. I was telling people today, I was speaking to someone and told them that how many persons so far affected from the different places, the Banosville, Ganosville, Erosinko, or whatsoever. They ain't hear it. They don't know. They don't know. Lack of information killing our people. So who's to blame? The government is responsible for Liberia today. Anything that goes wrong right now, the government is responsible. So every actions or decisions that they're making, it should come with something. You can't deprive the people like that. So tomorrow, Mr. President, we want to hear something that you're putting things in place, how to give these people food or how to compensate them at least. In America, they're begging us to work now. People begging, people they quarantine employees then at the job site and all now for weeks. Some people there for 2 weeks now, and they paying themselves. Some people they tell them say you're working only 24, you're working 12 hours, but we'll give you 40 hours. Yes. Why are we doing this to ourselves? I don't know what Liberia did to George Weah. I don't know what we did to him to treat Liberia the way he treated Liberia. Then we say George Weah love Liberia. No, he don't. When we say George Weah should talk to the people, let him come and answer questions and be friendly. Why George Weah running from the press? Then I agree with Randy. He said educated people, the people who are not educated, they don't want to argue with educated people. But you know, sometimes anyway, let God just help us. Let God just help Liberia. Liberia will rise again. Liberia, we have reached to the circle. There will be no war in Liberia. I cannot guarantee riot, but there will be no war in Liberia. Nobody going to bring gun to fight. You know, sometimes when I see that George we got right now, George we security is more than child stealer, the killer security. George we got more security than anything. Why should George we worry about security when George we have never killed an ants? Yeah. Why he should worry about security? That one of the least things to be on his mind. But because he want to be a dictator, he want to be a tyrant, that is why he breaking all these securities, all the rebels that around him. Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for listening to me. I appreciate it highly. But Liberia is what we have. We will talk to our people to abide by the laws that the government put on, but we will continue to talk and see maybe government might help them later on. But 3 weeks is not an easy time. It's like they're putting you in jail for 3 weeks. Yeah. We pray that God will give them the strength that they will go through the 3 weeks and will survive. Yeah. Thank you very much. Have a good day. My name is Munel Kishen, aka the General. This is Conversation with the General. And also don't forget there's a mail that went to every houses concerning the census. Just fill it up. Don't overlook it. It helps us a lot. Depends on how many people live in your community. Especially we Liberians, we need to do that. We need to fill it up. Do not overlook it. Don't look at the overtime until you forget about filling it up. Please, please, don't be left out. It's the census month of April, and we want you to fill it up and do what you can do, or you can go online and do it. Thank you very much and have a good day. God bless you. God bless me. God bless our nation, Liberia. God bless our president, officials, and we pray that God give them wisdom. And God bless this country that we live in, America. And God help us every day. Be with us because we go to houses and we work. We're in the street, we're still working. In Jesus' name I pray. Thank you very much. Bye for now. Yeah?